Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have a special guest with us, and he can say his name and what he does.
Hey all, my name is Jon Pattie, and I'm an indie pop singer-songwriter currently based in Nashville, Tennessee. And I just released a single for my new EP, Reflections Volume 1. The single is called Won't Be Young, and it hit Spotify last Friday.
Awesome. So my first question, John, I ask this to every person, whether it be a singer-songwriter or band, but how did you start out in music? How did you kind of get involved with the musical scene that you're in now currently? And, who are some of the people that maybe like influenced you along the way?
Absolutely. So I always knew that I wanted to be a musician. From a young age, I picked up the guitar and just started writing songs and started playing. Initially, I really wanted to be in a band. I was really into like pop punk and metalcore and Fall Out Boy, All Time Low. That was so my scene. I used to have long emo hair. It was looking back at those pictures a little embarrassing. But I was in bands all throughout high school and into early college. And shortly after that, I realized that everyone I surrounded myself with didn't really look at music as a career. They looked at it as something fun to do, let's play shows every now and again. But I was really one of the only ones that was like, no, this is what I want to do for a living. This is what I'm meant to do. And after I had an experience where I worked a 9-to-5 job with the major I was doing in college, and I realized I hate this. This is not what I want to do. And that helped me realize and finally push me into the direction of, all right, I'm going 100% on music. I'm going to take this seriously and act like it's a 40-hour-a-week job. And that was about, I want to say, 2.5 to 3 years ago. And that's when I really consider myself that I started this solo career and that I started my singer-songwriter career.
That's awesome. I guess you kind of answered it already, but I can kind of see the sort of similarities between myself and you in terms of wanting to kind of do this full time, wanting to have that sort of drive and passion to do it. And so I can see myself a lot in you and how you wanted to do it. And I also like the subtle nods to some of the bands that I like. I grew up listening to a lot of emo classics like Fall Out Boy, My Chemical Romance, The Used, Taking Back Sunday, all of that sort of stuff. So I can see a lot of things like that. Do you have people that you kind of sign on live to do your stuff, or is it just mainly you that does when you play shows? Do you have a backing band kind of a thing?
I'm getting to that point. That's eventually the goal. I do want to have a backing band, but right now because I'm still in the beginning of my career, I want to learn how to do this on my own and figure out how to bring my own energy to the stage and make sure that I'm the best performer that I can be before I start adding more people into the mix. But absolutely, down the line, that's the goal. I want to be touring with a full band, with a backing band and everything, because that's where I grew up in, and I love being able to bounce off of other people's energy on stage, and then it's just so much more fun being on stage with multiple people, I think.
Oh yeah, I feel like the energy of it. I love seeing solo artists too as well. I feel like there's a different sort of energy of seeing somebody just kind of put it all out there as one person, as one unit. But there's always something really, of course, I listen to a lot of that more alternative music. So it's you see a band up there, you see the energy that they feed off of each other. So I can see both sides of the fence. And that's certainly cool. We were talking about you were born in Texas, so did you move to Tennessee in hopes that you would be in the music industry and stuff like that, or was it just kind of I need a change of pace kind of a thing?
It was a little bit of both, honestly. So I moved in January because I graduated college back in December, awesome. And I'm glad to be out. But I knew as soon as I graduated college, I was I'm moving to a music city. Originally, I was thinking LA, but I decided that it's really expensive there, and I did not have the money. Two, a lot of what I've heard about LA is you have to already have connections before you move out there in order to truly make an impact, which I did not have. And I also wanted to improve my songwriting. It just felt like Nashville was a better middle step before I moved to LA or moved to New York or someplace like that. And it was also because I was going through a lot of rough personal patches in Austin, in Texas, when I was living there, and I was just ready kind of like you said, for a change of pace, I was ready to get out of there and kind of change. I knew in order to change my mindset and to truly make the changes in myself that I wanted to, I had to change my environment first.
Well, that's good. Good luck to you. I certainly have that sort of bug too, so I know the feeling. I have some friends that moved out to LA, and they say very much the same thing, so good luck to you. But my next question is, since you moved out to Tennessee, what are some favorite venues you like to play at or in your spare time catch a show at?
Absolutely. I really like Whiskey Room Live is a local one here in Franklin. It's a good one. It's where my producer worked for a while. And it's just a very homey venue, and it's got a good size, and it draws a lot of good musicians in. Some other great venues here in town are like Bluebird Cafe. Play there. Cafe Coco is the first open mic I played when I moved out here, and I love that one because it's not really one that a lot of tourists would go to. It's more so one that a lot of songwriters go to, and there's definitely a click there. And just the people that go out there, the regulars that go out there every week. And it's a lot of fun. So
awesome. My next question, to kind of follow up the venues, Jon, what was the last show that you attended?
The last show I attended and I didn't play was, I think, Imagine Dragons at Bridgestone Arena. They were phenomenal. They were so good. It was such an awesome experience to be able to see it, because they're one band I look up to as well, being in that kind of top 40 but also alt rock genre. And I definitely love their music and love their messages. And being able to see their on-stage performance, something that they're great at, and something that I can kind of take influence from and draw from, was really inspiring.
Awesome. I'm sure the live stage presence was like immaculate, I'm sure. But my next question, Jon, the most important one you're going to answer, what are some of your musical influences? You kind of talked about Imagine Dragons, but I can imagine, no pun intended, there's more.
Absolutely. So I really have 5 artists that I've kind of really been drawn to, especially with this new singer-songwriter career. Like I mentioned, when I was growing up, I was really into pop punk and metalcore, so I played a lot of like Pierce the Veil, Sleeping with Sirens, stuff like that. But as I moved into this whole solo stuff, I kind of shifted my influences into more solo artists, because that would make sense. So more so recently, it's been a lot of like John Mayer, Ed Sheeran, James Bay, Bon Iver, City and Color. Like, all of those artists really influenced me. And some other lesser known, like Tom Misch recently, who is an amazing soul guitarist from London. And recently I've been listening to a lot of J. Cole and like Eminem recently. I've been getting into hip hop a little bit, but that's a lot of my influences.
Awesome. Love John Mayer. Gotta respect John Mayer. He's one of my favorite guitar players. As well as City and Color, man, he is ridiculously good. So fingers crossed, I'll get to see him eventually, because that's on my bucket list of people to see. I don't know if you've seen him. Have you seen him live, Jon?
No, there was one year he was in Austin while I was there, and he was playing a festival, but unfortunately I couldn't make it, because like the thing was, like, the festival, there were a bunch of artists, but there were only like 2 artists I really knew, and City Color was like the one that was like, I really want to go, but I don't feel like it's worth the ticket price to pay for a whole festival weekend just to see this one guy. But definitely, if he comes around to Nashville like a solo show, I definitely want to see him, because like his album, what is it? The one with the bird on it. I can never remember the name of it.
I'll if I find it, I'll look it up for you, just so you don't look like an idiot, because the internet, you know how it is.
yeah, the one with Coming Home, and it's like entirely acoustic. That one I just love, and I used to listen to that on repeat on long car trips and stuff.
Oh yeah, love that record. I think out of all the City and Color, I'd have to say I love Little Hell is probably my next favorite. That record is beautiful. But my next question, Jon, you mentioned some bands in your past that you like, so I'm curious if maybe you'll stick with the same trend, but if you could pick a song to cover, what would it be?
I'm actually doing a cool cover of a One Republic song, Counting Stars.
Nice.
For this set. Yeah, I kind of made it my own, made it a bit more acoustic, made it a bit bluesy. And I've always liked Ryan Tedder. the lead singer of One Republic, because he is an amazing songwriter. He's written so many hits over the years, and he's also lead singer of a very, very successful band. And he's just a powerhouse in the music industry. And so One Republic is one band I've been attracted to, especially Counting Stars, with that song just being so well known and so it's got that soulful kind of vibe for it, but still a pop song. And I'm doing a cover of that. It was a lot of fun to like mess with it and kind of make it mine.
Awesome. Yeah, I love when even a band or just a solo artist really kind of changes up the song to make it their own. I think for me personally, if it's a band that, or solo artist that I don't know, and I'm like at a festival or something and I hear them playing it, that I'm more drawn in if I'm like, oh, I know that song, but it's like different. And so that's always really cool. So hopefully, if I ever get to see you live, I'd love to hear that come out. But my next question, Jon, another fun one: favorite food to eat?
Oh man, I'm a sucker for a good cheeseburger. I've always been a burger person, but honestly, like Tex-Mex is my go-to. Like if I had to choose like a type of food, just being from Texas, like, and one of the big problems with moving to Nashville is there's not good Tex-Mex, which makes sense because I'm in Tennessee, not in Texas. But like, I am excited I'm about to go on tour back to Texas for 2 weeks, and one reason I'm excited for it is for the Tex-Mex. Get to have that again. So.
Also to come back, but the Tex-Mex stop and then like touring. I feel it.
See family, friends, like.
You got to prioritize it. I feel it.
Exactly.
My next question, Jon: if you could pick somebody to collaborate with, whether it be a guest vocalist on your next record or a producer you'd like to work with, who would it be?
Pharrell.
Oh, right out the gate. I like that.
Yeah, Pharrell is an amazing producer. I love to work with him. And, one of my goals is to eventually write a song with Ed Sheeran as well. So that's, like, up there, too. Because he's a very influential songwriter.
Yeah, he's got some really... I can say that I primarily don't listen to the radio, but I do... I like his songwriting. I've always kind of felt like, he's been one of those, like, pop artists that... I might not be in the same like boat as he is, but I enjoy what he does, and I respect him as like an artist, and what he's able to come up with. But Pharrell, yeah, he's sick. I like all of his stuff. I think he's really awesome. I feel like you guys would match up pretty well.
And what's awesome, I didn't realize until recently, like how many of the big hits over the years he's been a part of. Which is because like whenever you hear a song on the radio, you never hear the producer name or the like co-writer, but like Pharrell is like up there, like he helped write Blurred Lines and stuff, and it's just like wow, like he's been a part of it.
He's got the clout, so I like that. Yeah. But my next question is, if there was another musical instrument that you could play, what would it be?
Piano. That's definitely an instrument, because I picked up the guitar first. I know a little bit of piano, but that's definitely an instrument I want to get better at. Eventually, once I have the money, I'm going to buy a keyboard, practice more. But it's just a great instrument for writing songs on, and it's a great instrument to really just kind of play around with, and especially nowadays with producing and how you can create a song with your computer. But you need a keyboard to be able to do that, MIDI keyboard. So being able to learn the piano would help me become a better producer, become a better just musician in general.
And it gives you more time to be like flexible with like what you can play. Like you could probably do like some strings, you could do like a whole bunch of different things. I know. Absolutely. I'd love to get a keyboard for my setup here, but that will come in time. But
exactly.
But my next question, Jon, I'm a huge nerd, so I always have an affinity to ask this question. But if you could be a video game character, who would you be?
Geralt Rivera. Is that how you say it? The guy from The Witcher 3.
Yes, I believe you're correct.
Yeah, he's a badass. So
you gotta go with those people that are like super hard. So I feel that I haven't played it yet, but I definitely plan on getting around to it.
It's so good. Honestly, I still haven't beaten it just because I know if I sit down and like try and play it, I'm gonna get sucked in, and I don't want to like commit that much time to it. But like eventually I'll get around to actually finishing it. But it's a really good game.
All right, sick, awesome. Well, you have to keep me updated on the progress. But my next question, John, getting back into more of the musical related questions. In your opinion, who puts on a great live show?
Honestly, Taylor Swift. Like Taylor Swift is someone I look up to as a businesswoman, and her ability to connect with her fans and her live show is just on point. Like she knows what she's doing, and she's very smart about it, and she's talented as all heck. So
Awesome. Well, I'm not the biggest Taylor Swift fan, but I can appreciate the art and what she creates, and how she is as a woman doing awesome stuff. So shouts to Taylor Swift. But my next question is to kind of follow up best live bands. If you could compile a dream tour, who'd be on it?
Me and my manager and I have kind of joked about doing me, John Mayer, and Shawn Mendes, because then it would be the John tour. I think that would just be fun to do. But like a dream lineup, that's a hard one. I haven't thought about that. Definitely John Mayer would be up there. It'd have to be like good songwriters and influential guitarists, because the guitar is just close to my heart. That's the first instrument I picked up. I'd have to think more about that one. I've never been asked that. I'm gonna stick with the John for now, though. I like that.
Okay. Well, if we do another interview, hopefully you'll have it on lock, so you guys can get a better idea. And also, I will say, like, a lot of the times, like, if I'll interview somebody, they'll be like, "Oh, I can't remember it now in the moment," but like, I'll get like a text like a week later being like, "This is what my lineup is," all that stuff. So if you want to, feel free to shoot me a message about that. But my next question, John, is another fun one. Favorite TV show, favorite movie?
Favorite movie would be... Actually, I'm going to go with favorite TV show first. Favorite TV show is South Park. I love South Park.
Okay.
Yeah. I've always been like a very, like... I love comedies, like social commentary kind of type of comedies, which is absolutely what South Park is. I mean, I've watched that from season 1 up to the current season. I love it so much. But my favorite movie would be... why can I not remember it? It's the one with the hotel. It was nominated for an Oscar a few years ago. It had the guy from Voldemort in it. Whew. Oh, Grand Budapest Hotel. That's it.
That's what I thought it was. I couldn't remember the name of it, but yeah.
That one's. I have that on DVD, and I watch it on car drives every now and again.
Awesome. Well, we probably will watch it on tour. I can almost assume that will happen. But my next question, John, if you're trapped on a desert island for the next month and you could only bring one album with you, what album would it be?
I would have to say So Wrong It's Right by All Time Low.
Ooh, hitting them with a classic.
Yeah, All Time Low was like, especially in high school, I just really, really connected with them. Them and Sum 41 were like two bands that I just like really connected with. And So Wrong It's Right was one album I just listened to constantly on repeat. So definitely that one.
What would you have picked if it was Sum 41, if you don't mind me asking? Because I also grew up with Sum 41 too, so I have a special place in my heart for them as well.
Yeah, that's a hard one. I would say though, if just one of them, it'd be Underclass Hero.
Oh,
that was
yes.
That I connected with. Yeah.
I felt like that was gonna be your answer, because I feel like that one's the nostalgia pull right there. But lastly, John, tell them about your solo act, where they can find you at, and anything coming up in the next couple months.
Yeah, so you can find all of my stuff on jonpattie.com, and I'm on Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, wherever you listen to music. You can find me there, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. And I am, like I said, I'm going on tour. I'll be in Texas for the next couple of weeks playing shows in San Antonio, Dallas, Houston, a lot of the major cities. And I'm going to be releasing, actually today, I just released a behind-the-scenes video for the single that I released last Friday. And I'm going to be releasing more of those videos over the course of these coming weeks, because my new EP, Reflections Volume 1, is dropping November 7th, and I'm really excited for it. It's been a lot of work and a lot of time, a lot of patience, and it sounds really good. It's a lot better than I could have ever imagined.
Awesome. Is there one track in particular that like stuck out to you in terms of like your favorite, and maybe a song that most people would like be drawn to, or are you gonna just say all of it as kind of like an overarching thing?
I mean, they are all good, but I would say personally, it'd be the second track, Reflections, the title track, specifically because of what that song means to me personally. I was going through a really rough time with personal issues and family issues when I wrote that. And when I originally wrote it, I never thought it was going to be recorded. And so being able to record it, and then not only that, but being able to build it to where it is now, because it sounds phenomenal now. And every time I listen to it, I get so excited. I cannot wait for it to come out, because I'm sure people are going to love it.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I want to give a huge shout out to Angela. She's the one who hooked it up, so shout outs to Angela very much. Definitely go check out Jon's stuff. I will go check it out because we've been texting all day about setting this up, so I haven't gotten the chance to check it out, but I'm so excited to go give it a listen, because I feel like basically what we've been talking about is kind of right up my alley, so I feel like, Jon, you're in the clout here, so I definitely am excited for that. Go check out Jon's stuff. Links are in the description. Go check out his EP, Reflections, when it comes out. I hope you guys are excited to listen to it as much as I am. And if you enjoyed this interview, like, subscribe, share. It goes a long way. And thanks to Jon for coming on.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, Brandon. I'm excited to be here.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Of course, if you enjoy what we do, make sure to go check out the other series we do. We do album reviews, we do band interviews, and we do live videos, so definitely go check that out. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps our channel, helps us grow. Make sure to hit that like button as well. Go follow us on social media. That's all down below. We try to keep that as updated as possible. We also made a new website where we'll be posting photos of upcoming concerts and stuff like that, which you can go check out at audioaddictionmedia.com, and come get your fix with us, guys. Talk to you later. Deuces.